We are marching over to Jerusalem, Jerusalem, Jerusalem. We are marching over to Jerusalem. We are marching over to Jerusalem, We are marching over to Jerusalem. We are marching over to Jerusalem.
Anyone who comes in here is a Pathfinder. I don't care whether you are 2 years old. I don't care whether you're 5 years old. I don't care whether you're 40, you're 50, 60, 100. If you come to a gathering like this, you become a Pathfinder. So I will start again. Good afternoon, Pathfinders. Pathfinders today? All right, thank you so much. I had started in the morning with my my topic, but the slides was not really clear. So I will just have the brother fix the slides up there for us while I start. So like I said, I'm going to talk about child protection within the church. And then I'm also going to talk about technology. Just give me a second while I use technology. Okay, thank you so much. Whoever said shh, it's sounding so quiet. I'm not a quiet person. So when it becomes too quiet, I get scared because it means that all of you are listening to me, right? Somewhere in my Bible, in Proverbs 22, verse 6 says, train up a child in the way that they should go. And when they are older, they will not depart from it. The information that I'm going to share with you today, I'd like you to keep it because you are going to use it later when you are a big mommy like me, when you are a gogo one day, when you are a daddy one day, because it's information that can be passed on to children for years and years to come, right? So child safety, like I spoke about, according to the church, it's about protecting you and making sure that you are in a Christ-centered Christian environment, right? And then that you're protected from harm, from neglect, from abuse, from exploitation, right? I'll also try and make this as simple as possible because some of the people that joined us now, the friends, you are still coming from adventurers, so maybe some of the words that, and I've got a habit of calling people that talk out. On my right-hand side, unfortunately, I even know you by name. Don't let me call you. All right, she's quiet. Thank you. Right, so protection from physical harm, right? That means protection from your body, right? That no one hurts you. And then protection from emotional harm, We spoke about beating each other. We spoke about people provoking you in the morning, right? So we also need to be protected from those kind of things. So we are protected from bullying. We are protected from insults. We are protected from isolation. Sometimes you can say words to someone, and without knowing, you are hurting that person, right? I am a very happy person most of the time. I'm a very noisy person. I'm a very loud person. But sometimes that part of me is not nice to another person. I've got a colleague of mine at work. She's not a morning person. You see how I am right now? I am like this 100% live wire. I'm going at 4 a.m. in the morning. So me in the office in the morning, when I get there to the security, hello, how are you? How's it going? How was your day? So this lady joined us. And then I later on realized that she doesn't like noise. So that she's comfortable and I don't cause harm to her and make her uncomfortable within the work environment. What did I end up doing? I learned to just get to her office and say, morning, and walk away. And then I go to the next one and scream. Because the one next door likes the what? The screaming. So which means you should also be aware of the boundaries of the people around you, right? You are on the second slide. We talk about spiritual harm, right? Spiritual harm, we're looking at false teaching, discouragement. Do you ever feel like some days when you wake up in the morning and it's Sabbath, and whoever wakes you up in the morning tells you to get ready and you feel like, where am I going to? Let's be honest, don't you feel like that sometimes? And you are feeling like, but I want to sleep. Why should we go to church and all these things, right? So we want to also protect you from things that will discourage you from wanting to come to Christ. And then the false teachings, I'm talking about things like death. Pathfinders, you're looking at me. Thank you. Things like death. Do you have sometimes when your friend, somebody dies, then they say, no, that person has died, they've gone to heaven? Your friends, most of them believe that, right? If I die today, this evening, me, I'm going up to heaven. But from our teachings here at church, from the teachings that you guys have got since you were little lambs there at Adventurers, you know that when a person dies, it means that they're sleeping, ne? And that one day they're going to what? Wake up, right? Because we don't just die and go to heaven. So these are some of the false teachings that we try and make sure that you are safe as our child, as a pathfinder within the Seventh-day Adventist Church, right? So the adults amongst you, myself included, we are here to protect you, to nurture you, and to teach you in the right path as you grow up, right? And it's the responsibility of the church, it's the responsibility of every adult to make sure that every child within the church, whether you are helping with the children's ministries or not, that every child is protected, right? And we, as your Pathfinder leaders, are actually servants of the children within the church. And we are here to protect you. Do I make it clear? All right. And then the church is very much committed to protecting you as the child within the church. And how do we do that? I did highlight on some of the points in the morning by safeguarding that the church is a safe place for children to be, that everyone involved with working with children has all the church and legal requirements, right? Can anyone walk into a class and start teaching you, Nomta, at school? No, ne? What do they need to have in order for them to come to your school and teach you? Anyone? Yes, I hear an answer here, yes? Training. Yes, your teachers have got training, right? And that is why your parents trust your teachers and they take you to your schools to train you, right? We also get trained as Pathfinder counselors, as master guides to teach you in the way that you should go with Christ, but also in our teaching, we also protect you, right? So in order for the church to safeguard that our children are safe, we make sure that policies are adopted that ensure your safety and your protection. The reason why I'm sharing this with you today, our team thought that it's important that not only we as leaders know what is happening to you, we also want you to know what we are doing to make sure that you guys are safe. Number one, there's a 2-adult policy. Have you ever wondered why there are always 2 teachers in your class? There's always a teacher and an assistant or somebody else who's an adult within the class. Am I right? Yes, right? So we are not allowed to work with children without another adult. Yes, we are not. Where there's a possibility that we can't do that, we work with you in open spaces. Have you ever been to a restaurant? Do you ever hear what the people at the other table are talking about? You guys like stories. If you're sitting at Spade, do you ever hear what the people on that other table are talking about? Especially the girls. Okay, all right, it's fine. For this one, let's pretend that you guys don't hear. So when you go to Spur, you are looking at whatever is happening on your table and doing what you're doing, right? But it's an open space for everyone, right? So same when you're in your classes. We will teach you outside. We will teach you in a hall where everybody, the companion class is sitting there, the friend class is sitting there, the guide class is sitting there. The reason why we do this is for your protection. We cannot be in a closed room with you alone for your safety. I'll take you to your classroom. Have you ever noticed that in your classroom, even on very cold days, sometimes the door is always left open? Think about it. Yes, in class, the door is always left open. The reason why, my babies, is because you should be able to run out of this door as a child whenever you feel uncomfortable. So we cannot have a closed door, because if the door is closed like that one there, you can't get out, right? Unless it's raining and this child here called Chirimo, water is coming in. For Chirimo's safety, I will then close the one door so that Chirimo is also what? Safe, right? So we discourage private one-on-one contact. So if this young lady here wants to tell me something that's making her uncomfortable, she cannot find me in the bathroom and say to me, I need to tell you something. No. When we are outside there, you can always come to me and say, there's something that I need to speak to you about. I will move away and stand somewhere here with you where everyone can see us, but they can't hear what we are talking about. And she will tell me whatever she wants me to know about. Okay. And then from there, we will help each other. And then there are people that volunteer. Have you ever seen those people that love children? Yes, there are those people that volunteer and they want to come and help. The church has got a policy. People who are new members, people who are volunteering, people who have been recently baptized need to be in the church for 6 months before they can start working with children. Amen. Again, it's for your safety. If I decide today that I no longer want to worship at Tableview SDA Church, I now want to join Kensington Church, or I want to join Brooklyn Church, I want to join Parklands Church. Even if I am familiar with my children here at Parklands, I need to wait for 6 months before I can actually help you guys as a counselor in your church. You know why? If I've done something wrong that has made a child in Tableview feel uncomfortable, it gives the leaders that 6 months to check and find out what is wrong with this one. Is she a good person? Will our kids be safe? So we don't just get excited and say, here's a leader that's going to work with our children. We don't have a teacher in companion and we jump and we pick you up. Right? There's a danger in doing that. And then I talked about training, that we go for training and all those things. And again, even though you've qualified and you can actually work with children, there is something else that needs to be done. Your fingerprints. You need to go to a police station and get your fingerprints. And they check your fingerprints and they take it to a database that's called the sexual of. It's a national act that tells us if this sister standing in front of you or if this brother standing in front of you has committed a sexual offense to children. I will not go deeper on the parts of the offenses that can be committed, but on a surface level, it's a crime where a person has been found to be a criminal for hurting children and people that are mentally disturbed. Is it clear? So that type of person is not allowed to work with children. Even if you go to court and they say you are cleared, even if you've been cleared, we will happily work with you at Treasury. We will work with you at AWM. We will work with you at Adventist Men. You are not welcome to work with children, even if you have been cleared. Do I make myself clear? So if this person has committed the crime or was thought to have committed the crime, you are not working with children. Is that clear? Okay. And then you can move on to the next slide. Okay. If there are parents around us who want more guidelines on how to protect your kids, you can find what I've spoken about in the SDA Church Manual, Chapter 8. You will get your clear instructions there on how we are protecting your children. And then I'll speak about child guidance, page 17. It reads and says, children are a heritage of the Lord, and we are answerable to him on our management of his property. So you guys are a heritage of God. And by taking care of you, by agreeing to be your counselor, I am saying, Lord, I will work with each and every child here and make sure that each and every child here is safe, right? So when you go to court, if something bad has happened to you, say, for example, this beautiful auntie here has done something that is not so nice to this young lady here, and we go to court, right? They are going to ask this young lady, they'll find a special person, they're called social workers. Find a special person called the social worker, and they're going to ask social worker, what happened to this child, right? And the child will now explain, no, we were sitting in the room, and then she started to do this, and she started to touch me here. She was holding my cheek, and then she came and she was holding my neck, and then she was holding my nganga. And then when they go to court, they are going to ask, where did the child say she was touched? The child says she was being touched by her nyanya. Is this a nyanya? No, it's called a breast. So you are supposed to be able to name your body parts. What is this? What is this? What is this? So why are we afraid to mention the other parts of our bodies, like the breast, like the penis, like the vagina? Now it's because of this that you are doing now. When I mention a vagina, I mention a penis, I mention a breast, I mention a bum, that people are taking advantage of children. Okay, because you have been taught from a young age that it's your private part. Yes, it's your private part because you must wear your panty or your boxer shorts and keep it there. Ne? But it's so private that no one else is supposed to touch it. Okay, and if somebody touches it, then we have a problem. Okay, and the person that is touching you can be a person that you know within your family. It can be a brother, it can be a sister, it can be an auntie, it can be an uncle. Are they allowed to touch my bum? Are they allowed to touch my bum? What if they say they'll give me some sweets? Can they touch my bum? What if they say they'll give me 200 rand? No, right? That also leads me to another point. These people are very clever. One, they know that you are afraid of mentioning these private parts. So they will make you start having secrets with them. One auntie, one uncle will say to you, can you please go to the shops, the spas are there, and buy me something? It's 50, they give you 50 rand. And from there you go and you buy. When you come back, they give you back the change. And you're like, no, it's fine. You can keep the change. It's just 5 rand. And you at home, you're not given money to buy tuck shop. And this person normally knows because they do their research. And they now know that for the first time you've got 5 rand to you. They give you a change of 20 rand. The next time they send you, they give you a change of 50 rand. Before you know it, you look forward to that person sending you to the what? Because when you go to the spas, what do you get? And when you get change, you can go to the what at school? To the tuck shop. There's nothing for free, my children, in this world. The only thing that's for free is for you to kneel down and speak to God. That's for free. The water that we drink is not free. The electricity that we drink we use is not free. The food that we eat is not free, right? So this money that this person is giving you is not free. So one day they will invite you into their house. And when they get to their house, they'll ask you to come and sit down. For the purposes of this one, I'll use my own child. Nagiwa, you can come. If you can't see, you can get up a little bit there. Okay, so what they will do, they will ask you to come into the house, right? And they say, come, do you like Netflix? And the child will say yes. They will put on Netflix for you, and then they will hug you. You're comfortable. You know this person, they're always giving you money. Né? Then one day, they'll just rub you like this. The next thing, they take their hand and they put it closer to here. And then the next thing, they are holding your what? Your breast. Can you say no? You owe this person money. Yes, remember you've been taking money from this person. No, Nana. They gave it to you, but then they're now going to remind you and say, but what's wrong? Remember I gave you my money. And it's our little secret. No one knows about it. This one can also be our little what? Secret. Then one day they're going to put their hands on your what? On your thighs. And I'll just stop there for today. So we do not, you can go and sit down, babe. We do not take things from strangers, stranger danger from school, right? We do not allow people to touch our what? Our bodies, right? Because this talk about hugging. We love hugging, right? We love hugging, right? Hazel, please come. This is one of my babies as well. I'm so proud that she's so big. Yes, I'll tell you why she's one of my babies. I know her from when she was still in less than high school. Yeah. So this is Hazel. When I see her as a friend, how do we hug? I didn't ask her. I'm just choosing familiar people for the purposes of this. So when I hug Hazel, she says, Mommy. Right? This is Hazel. I'm hugging Hazel. She's my child. This is a mommy and child hug. Ne? If I was a man, a church elder, is this hug appropriate between Hazel and the church elder? No. No. Hi, someone is saying yes, which means this lesson is not working. It's no, ne? When you hug a child, when you hug a child, this is how you hug a child. It's called a side hug. Am I clear? This is how you hug a child. Worst case scenario, if the child comes to you, we've got little adventurers, they know nothing. Ne? They normally just come to us and do this. That's what they do, right? It's fine, but when they've done that, I don't continue touching them. I then let go, right? If your friends are sitting together You have got a right to only hug one and leave the other if you feel uncomfortable. It's your space, your boundaries, right? No one should force you to do anything that you don't want to do, right? And then still talking about this, still talking about this thing of hugging. There are some people that kiss as a greeting, ne? Yes, some cultures, people kiss as a greeting. It's okay, but you cannot go around kissing everybody. And then there's something else that I want to show you. All right, there's something called grooming. I showed you the one where a person does it using, what is it called? Using the tuck shop, the money. Ne? There's another type of grooming where there is Hazel. I'm only 60 kgs, okay? Ne? And then she'll say, there's no one, there's no space, come sit. And then they sit, right? And while they are doing this, they are moving their body in ways they should not be moving their body while they are carrying you. They are teaching you stuff that they should not be teaching you at your young age. So we do not sit on other people's what? We do not sit on other people's what? Whether it's a mommy or a daddy, whether it's a stranger, mommy or daddy, or even a church member. Okay, there is a reason, and we did speak about it. Brother Luvuyo spoke about how the girls are becoming boys are becoming girls, and that you live in Cape Town, so you know. Right. So when a man carries another young boy, like the way Sister Hazel is carrying me right now, they also start to teach the young boy to start feeling like he's a girl. That is why I'm saying don't be sitting on people's what? All right. Thank you, my darling. Okay. Are there any questions? Ooh, I'm only going to take 3. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
Why did you say
Little baby is fine, baby. I'm talking about, yes, that one, she's fine. I didn't say you should stop carrying your little sister. You should carry your little sister. Yes, that one is fine. That one is fine. Yes, ma'am.
That's a question. I just want to ask you.
Okay.
The question.
Are you coming to me?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm coming to you. I just want to ask you to those adults who greet like young kids, young girls, or boys, just like this, handshake and do this.
Oh, yes. That's also another one. There are people that will, okay, I'm going to put this down. I do have a voice that's loud enough. They are men, older men, that when they're greeting young girls, they take this finger and they start rubbing their finger within the handshake. That is wrong. If someone does that to you, you tell them, please don't do that, and you never, ever again handshake that person. Am I clear? Young girls, if any man greets you and at the end they rub your hand like this, you never, ever shake that man's hand again. Am I clear? All right. Okay. Yes, sir. All right, let's hurry up.
What if you're in a car those days and you have 3 siblings?
Yes.
You put one on your lap.
Those are your siblings, Nana. But, okay, I hear where you're going to. Saying I've said to you, don't trust anyone, right? You will know when it's uncomfortable. And with the tips I've given you now, you will be more aware. And most of these predators, there's people that do harm to kids, we call them predators. Most of these predators can see a child who's alert and a child who's not. And from today, all of you are what? You are alert. You've wised up, ne? Yeah. Next question.
My question is, what about when you're saying like girls telling to boys telling to girls?
What about if you have a sibling that is only surrounded by girls, and like there's only girls in that surrounding, like these siblings are girls only, and there's only one boy, or it's switched around like that.
Yes.
And they turn out to be like how you say like lesbians and gays, and like how can you support that situation?
Okay, I'm not very, how do I put it? I'm not space to talk about being lesbian or being gay. So I don't know whether any of my other leaders would like to pick this one up on the gay and lesbian situation. She wants to know, what do you do in a situation where a child has grown up in a setup, one boy, three girls? Parklands, you're making noise. I told you I'm one of those that call you out. Stop. Right. There are three girls and one boy, or there are three boys and one girl. And then that child, that is the only one, starts to do the things that the girls do, and starts becoming girly, and he starts wearing girls' clothes, and he starts wearing girls' high heels. What do you do in a situation like that? Or it's a boy, a girl who starts now walking like this all of a sudden because she's been hanging around with the boys now. She feels like she's also a boy. How do we deal with a situation like that? Anyone in our space? You want to answer, Papa Ma? Okay. Which church? Brooklyn. Brooklyn, can we come back and assist with the gay and lesbian situation at your church? Will you handle it? All right, thank you so much. One thing I don't like to do to children is I don't have an answer for that one. All right, thank you. Yes?
Good afternoon, everyone. Okay, so like the sister said, not all the answers are here, but I'm also from Brooklyn.
Okay.
So I'll just maybe give a point that you as well. So like she said before, the church is committed to make sure that you guys are okay. And part of that program, or part of the things that we do, is to have a role model. So the girls have role models that are older in the church. The boys will choose, or the men will choose one boy or two that they can look after. They can take under their wing, so that they can also have male role models. So I think also for us, since you say we are wise now, we are wiser, so we can also say in the church, you can approach anyone and say, would you be my role model, or can you take me under your wings as a mentor? That is also allowed. So I guess as we are in a church environment, we can also ask the church, like our leaders are here, we can also do that. We can take some of the kids under the people. Is that okay?
Yes, that is fine. Thank you so much for that comment. All right. One last question.
I also want to point out, when people greet and then they touch your bum out of nowhere and they don't ask you to, like when they greet and it's like a hug, we hug and then they touch your behind without your permission.
And it makes you feel uncomfortable. You should tell them. Or you just don't hug that person again. All right. Last question. Because you babe. Okay.
What happens if they touch you?
You'll find out when you get to guide class. Is that okay? I see you're in friend class, ne? You'll find out when you get to guide class. Just go through your lessons, and then as you get to guide class, there's actually a section in the guide class book. You will learn more about that. Okay. Guys, we need to hurry up. We need to get to the cell phone side.
Just to add on to the call, there's multiple servings of guys, and there's no one to sit on you. There's no space in the door. And in that scenario, you have to sit on someone's lap, and all of them are gay.
If that scenario happens where all the people that you're sitting with there are gay, you can either get another transport or you can find a place to sit which will make you comfortable. Okay? All right.
sit on your lap, she's more than welcome to sit on your lap anytime when she wants. She's your wife. All right. Last question. Okay, guys, can we listen to each other?
Last question.
I can't hear you. Is the mic on?
You like things that boys do stuff like that, but like you don't like you like the boy side more than the girl side if you want. So you like could be between.
I like rugby. I like fast cars. I like racing. I like soccer. But
So you can still do that, my darling. There's nothing wrong. Okay. Okay, there's one more thing that I need to also tell you. When you are a child and something is not right with you, for example, your neckerchief is not tied properly, right? As your leader, I cannot just touch you and start fixing your neckerchief. Yes, I need to ask for permission. Nancy, your neckerchief is not tied correctly. May I please fix it for you? And then you fix it. If we are at camp and you are struggling to tie your button, to button your buttons because your mom always buttons, when you come to me as a counselor at camp and you say to me, "Ma'am, can you please button me?" I ask you first, "May I please have permission to touch you?" And you say yes, and then I can button you. So no one is allowed to touch you without your what? No one is allowed to touch you without your what? Because this is your what? This is your what? All right. Thank you so much. Can we just have a small chorus, then we move on to the next part? Thank you. For that beautiful singing. All right, the last part is going to be very quick. I'm going to talk about cell phones. How many people own cell phones here? Aye, so I'm talking to the right crowd. Ne? Do you guys love your cell phones? What can you do with your cell phones? Take pictures, my favorite. What else? Okay. Shh. All right, let's do it differently. You're going to put up your hand. What can you do with your cell phone? Yes. Talk to your friends. Play games. If you can't find stuff for your homework, you can Google. I beg your pardon? You can listen to the word of God. Yes, my baby? You can watch movies and videos. You can watch YouTube. You can read the Bible. Go on websites. Tawana. You can communicate with your parents. You can do TikTok, my favorite. Yo, I love TikTok. You won't find my page, don't worry. It's private. You can use a Bible app. You can do your homework. I can't hear Lyle. You can go on Instagram, yes. I can't hear you, ma'am. You can watch shorts. Yes, you can watch YouTube, yes. You can also call people. Clearly, you guys only use data. She's the only one that thought of calling people. Thank you so much. You can put down your hands. Right. So technology, which today we are looking at your cell phones. I'm also looking at your tablets, right? You can use those to become a blessing in your life, or it can also become a danger, right? So you can access Bible apps, you can get information, you can keep in touch with family, which you guys have said, which is very good. You can also use your phones as hymn books, right? Cool. And then the danger is that the bullying that we were talking about in the morning now comes online. And when it's online, it's called cyber bullying, right? And then you can also get inappropriate content. You see that person that I was talking about who will hurt your body? This time, they're not going to hurt your body by sitting next to you during a movie. They're going to send you pictures. Some pictures are nice, some pictures are bad. So these people are going to send you bad pictures, right? And they also send you bad videos, right? So when we are at church, we also need to avoid using cell phones in church. I have seen parents who are guilty of giving their children cell phones in church and letting them work on YouTube during the service. It's okay because it keeps now I'm talking to parents, it's okay because it keeps the adventurer in check. But I said at the beginning, Proverbs says, train up a child in the way that they should go, so that when they are older, they will not depart from it. Now my little lamb is so used, my little eager beaver is so used that when we are going to church, they need to make sure on Friday that the phone is charged or the tablet is charged so that they can use it during divine. This child becomes a teenager like the ones we have in the room. They haven't stopped. The only difference is now, what are they watching on YouTube during church? Is it stuff that is going to help them in their journey to eternity? Or is it stuff that is going to bring them even closer to the world? It's just a question that I'm asking the parents. I don't need an answer. I think we know the answer. And I know some people will say, but you don't understand. Children are very difficult to control and all those things. I also do have experience with children, and I'm those fortunate moms who change nappies with the cotton cloth. You know the cotton nappies? My firstborn, I used cotton nappies on her. That time there were no Pampers. So that's how far I've been momming. And then I was fortunate enough to have children in the pamper era. Then I did put on Pampers. So I put on that cotton, and I put on a nappy liner, and I put on the baby, and then I put on that big pin. And then I put on what they call the waterproof then. So I've been parenting. You can have your child at church without a tablet. It's possible. You are doing it for your own convenience as a parent. Do your duty as a parent and parent your child. Don't bring the tablet to church for your adventurers because it's convenient to you as a parent. You are failing your child. It will bother you later on in life and becomes a problem for us when we now need to go to prayer band and pray for your child. Yet you should have in the first place done the right thing for your child at the beginning. The reason why we're struggling with teenagers who don't want to put down the cell phones is because you taught them from adventurers that you can bring the phone and sit down here by my feet. No one can see you. You can't put a teenager by your feet now, mommy, can you? Daddy, can you put a teenager by your feet? Just for the parents, it was just a by the way, it wasn't even part of my discussion. It's just one of those things that irritates me. Right. Cyberbullying comes in the sense of, how many of you like gossiping? Be honest, don't lie to me. Okay, thank you. All right. Shh. Thank you, Kensington. Brother Talent, there are people that like gossiping in your church. Can that be one of your prayer points when you're praying for a club? Ne? That they reduce on the praying. So I'm glad that they've agreed that they like gossiping, because it's a prayer point that Brother Talent will look at. And by the time these children are older, they will actually have stopped gossiping because we've reported it to the person that can fix the tongue that likes to gossip. But now you're not gossiping with your mouth, you're gossiping with your fingers. The best gossip is the one that you do when you're looking at a person face to face. The gossip that you do on the cell phone is very dangerous. Whatever you put down on the internet does not go away. It stays there forever. I repeat, whatever you put down on the internet does not go away. It stays there forever. The internet does not forget. And you might think right now it doesn't matter, and you put funny Instagram reels, or you record weird stuff on TikTok, you take up on challenges. It's all fun and games now until people like me need to employ you. We don't look at your CV only. We go and audit your online trail. It will tell me who you are, right? By the type of music that you put on your status, I can already tell what type of a person you are. When I look at the videos that you've liked, I can already tell if there is something controversial that is going on the socials, and because you are angry at that time, you feel like you also want to breathe, and you write whatever comment that you put there. Comments you can delete, but someone might have already got a screenshot of it. Be mindful of that. And besides that, that comment where you maybe said something racist, or you said something that's homophobic, which means something against people that are gay, where you said something against leaders, it will never go away. And for that reason, my Pathfinders, sometimes it's good to keep your comments to your what? And if you really want to talk, you go to a safe space, which is your what? Your home. And you discuss these things at home. Don't get involved as a Pathfinder in social media battles. Am I clear? And then the other thing, when you are sending something, you need to ask yourself a question. Sorry. How many of you have driven on the N1? Put up your hand. How many of you have driven on the N2? Right? Those are big highways, right? Have you ever noticed on the side of the road, the special for 250 from Burger King? You've seen it, ne? Have you ever seen these ones for naked insurance that says Sam got naked on the beach? Have you seen those things? Yeah, you've seen them. You know what I'm talking about, right? Okay, so each time you are about to send a message, ask yourself, this message that I am writing, if it had to be put up on the N1 billboard, would it be okay for my pastor to see it? Would it be okay for my mother to see it? Would it be okay for my auntie to see it? My teacher, my Pathfinder director, or my friend that I'm gossiping about? So if you don't want it on the billboard, then don't what? Don't send it. Is that clear? Don't send it. And then people will say to me, but sister, you can have disappearing messages. You've got disappearing messages. You've got disappearing, status disappears after 24 hours, right? You've got Instagram as well. They've got a vanish mode. It also disappears. Snapchat also disappears, right? Can I tell you something? Yes, they disappear, but there's a way of finding them again. Once it goes on the internet, you can't take it back. And one of the tools that you can use to get those things back, it's called oxygen forensic. It's a tool that is used in legal cases where your child has done something that I don't like to my child, and I've decided to go to court. And I've said my child is being bullied at school. The school is doing nothing about it. And here are the WhatsApp messages, screenshots, and then you still have your phone, but you've deleted it. As long as you still own the device that you use to send the message can still be found. Unless after you sent that message and then deleted it and then immediately you took your phone and you threw it away and you maybe. But if you just deleted it and you still use the same phone, even if you were factory setting your phone, we will still find it. Okay, so you don't do that, right? I spoke about Snapchat, I've spoken about WhatsApp, I've spoken about Instagram. So we can always find the information that you've sent that has been deleted. So your best case is not to what? To send stuff that you're not supposed to be sending, right? Are there any questions? Hello? Any questions? Yes, ma'am. I can't hear you. What if your parents? I can't hear you. You can come this side. To see what your child is doing on the phone. If there are parents here who don't have it, you can come and see me, and then I will show you how to do it. You can actually have an app that allows you to switch off your child's phone, even if you are not with your child. Yeah, people won't like me after this. Right? You can also have an app that informs you before your child downloads an app. So you can say yes, they can download it, or you can say no, they shouldn't download it. So that keeps you up to date on what is happening on your child's profile. And you can also go as far as seeing what your child has on their drive or what they have within their emails, if you want to as well, just to see what is going on. And you as a parent are the owner of that cell phone. Even if somebody else bought the phone for your child, you are the parent, you are still the owner of that phone, and you must have your child's PIN code to their phone. At any given time as a parent, you are allowed to take your child's phone and just do a spot check, random check on your children to see what is happening in their phones. Your child should not have privacy because privacy leads to what I've been speaking about previously. Okay, and I'm not asking parents to now start being a nuisance to the children and haunting them. We are just looking for predators that might be doing something wrong to your child. That's all. What discussions they are having with their friends, mommy, daddy, auntie, uncle, it's none of your business. Okay, you're just checking to make sure that they don't have those weird videos, the pornographic ones. You are just checking to make sure that they don't, you see the kind of conversations that they're having with strangers. Then you can protect them. But if you don't go into your child's phone, you won't be able to know. And another thing, once your children know that you've got access onto their phone, that's already a safety measure that you put there. 100% of the time, you won't need to check their phones. But if they know you can, and you do, sometimes. And again, there should be a time limit, parents. Children should not be online after hours. It's another topic for another day. You cannot be on your cell phone at midnight. Are you praying? Huh? Okay, all right. Okay. I won't argue because each home does things differently, right? But ideally, at your age, you should be getting about 8 to 10 hours of sleep. So when are you guys sleeping if you're online at 1 a.m.? And normally around about that 1 a.m., your parents are sleeping, and those people that want to hurt you are the ones that are inboxing you at that time of the night. Okay, yes, question. have got a problem of you talking to your friends on WhatsApp. Which friends? Do they have a reason why they don't like this classmate? When they say don't talk to them, are they saying don't talk to them because they are rude? Are they saying don't talk to them because they're a bad friend? You've done nothing. They haven't even met them. It means you haven't sold your friend properly to your parent. Next person. Yes, sir. I can't hear.
Your phone is really nice. What if you start to say, if you start to, you can't use your phone is denied. That's what you mean.
No, you are bringing a different part. You are saying studying, right? I am talking about people that are sitting on TikTok at night instead of sleeping. I am talking about people, listen, you can't be on TikTok until 1 a.m. and then wake up the next morning and go to class and tell me you'll hear what that person is telling you at 8 o'clock in the morning for your next lesson.
You can, let's have a conversation. Speak to me. And I get yours as well.
Okay. You are studying as a group. All right, you continue studying. It will take you places. And the nice thing I like about all these things, everything has got results. Are you matric? What grade? All right, I look forward to seeing how well you do. You are ready to study. Keep it up. Proud of you.
Anyway, afternoon. And then they can't sleep at night. You know why? Because they've already disturbed their sleep patterns by sleeping in the afternoon when they are not supposed to sleep in the afternoon. That can be changed and corrected, my dear. All right, if there are no more questions, there's something that happened here. I didn't get any questions from parents. Are there any questions from parents, any additions, any comments? Can I just have 2 parents so that you don't complain that I've given your children wrong information? Parent, can I, okay, you can go while they take the mic to the parent. You guys are working class, I know.
And like you're at home, like 5 o'clock, and then all you want to do is sleep because the whole day you have to learn. And then you're sleeping like maybe like until 8 o'clock.
Yes.
And then you wake up at 8.
Yes.
And then you can't go back to sleep.
Okay. And then what are you doing?
Then what else do you do?
You can study. You can study, you can read a book, you can do your Bible lessons. You can also do your Pathfinder work.
And there was also a question here saying, parents complain that we are always on our cell phones, but then they are on their cell phones for the 24 hours.
Parents, you are guilty. You are always on your phones 24 hours, but you don't want your children to use cell phones.
All right. After it seems this lesson was supposed to start with phone. They will finish with phone because I saw there's a big problem for phone than other lessons that we before. It seems these children, they already abused phone. That's what I notice now. Listen, let me finish. One thing that we know, you guys are still at school and we are not working. We just need to buy you data to do that, do all those things that we are doing. And also it's not going to benefit me, it's going to destroy you. So what I'm saying for this lesson, for WhatsApp and sleeping late, I think we want to continue learning about this lesson for parents. Then parents they also teach the children. For this day, I don't think we can finish for WhatsApp things because it was messed up, right? Well, what I'm seeing here, because it seems they've got a big problem with the directors for the Pathfinder. They're already doing things that we are not accepting. what the teacher said, he said, us we're supposed to sleep at 8 o'clock. And it's normal time. If you want to start, maybe we can start up to 9 o'clock. It's going to be wet. Then in the morning we wake up early. If you want to start early without a WhatsApp, you can start also. But what I've noticed, leaders, I think you have to organize for another lesson for WhatsApp, because it's going to be a big mess in this church.
Okay, thank you. Children, you can put your hands down. I just want the two parents to comment and then I'm closing. Yes, ma'am.
I just wanted to say what the other you are in our there's nothing else that can take away that everyone must sleep the right hours that you must sleep. That is what makes you better and makes you better. And also I wanted to comment on what she asked about boys playing like girls. I would just want to ask those who know children who are like that to refer them to other elders in church so that they can be guided in the right way. Because if there is no other boy at home, it's going to be difficult for you to imitate other boys. You always imitate what you can see. So if there is other children out there who have got a similar problem, you would rather refer it to your church elders so that they can, like what Elder Keith was saying, the elders in church can hold a child to train you to behave like a boy. But also you as the sisters who've got a problem, must always redirect for you to understand that you can learn. That's my
Okay, thank you. I've got another parent hand there. Yes, I like the parents that are not wearing uniform as well. I like that.
Okay, I wanted to, I wanted to say like, there is a difference between a child and a parent when it comes to social media. Because for me, to be able to fend for you, it means I already have a life. And now, I'm trying to make you to have your own life. And you cannot make your life by being on social media. Spending 24 hours on social media will not help you live your life. I've already built my life. The phone that I'm using is mine. The data is mine. You are in my house that I'm paying for. You cannot pay for anything. You cannot do anything by yourself. Right? So, we are not the same. What I do and what you do is different. And at the same time, I wanted to answer the one who was saying, the parent who say we don't want you to play with this friend or to talk to this friend. If you hear your parents coming to that point, they have seen something. A parent cannot just say, wake up to Tando's mom saying, I don't want to see you with Natalie. It will never happen. But for you to see, or to hear your parents saying, you know what, I don't want to see you talking to this child or walking with this child, then it means they have seen something that is wrong or they have seen some influence from that child. If you are a girl and you are chatting with a boy and your mother will see that in your phone you're doing something, you're doing schoolwork, I don't think they can give you sanction. But if they notice that there are some weird topics that we are talking about, obviously going to limit you to talk to that boy. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I'm no longer taking any other hands. I can only take
the thing of cell phones. For the first issue that we did say, we give our kids cell phones at home. And then they carry them from home and they bring them to church.
Yes.
That one, for you, it's going to be a benefit because now you can concentrate. But now my child doesn't have a phone at home, doesn't have a phone at church.
Yes.
Now my child is being also interrupted by your child who came with the cell phone at church. Because now this one is looking at your child's cell phone. So I think if it's good for the parents to just keep their children's cell phones at home and they can be at home forever. Because when it comes to church, it's now interrupting even those kids that don't have. Because sometimes
my kid's gonna be the one that people gonna say, we see this child with a phone. But at the end, then I can say, no, my child doesn't have a phone, which means your child is the one who is teaching my child.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. I'm not detecting bring the cell phone to church. It means I can't concentrate. You're being selfish. You're worried about your own needs. You're not worried about the future of the one that you brought. I always say, don't have children unless you are ready to give up you. Because once you have children, it's no longer about you, it's about your children. There's so many other ways how you can get your spiritual help. But for your child, maybe it's the time for you to take them to the classes where they go and sit with the other children and become part of that. It's only for a couple of years. Then you can go back to sitting on the pews like everybody else, unless if you are crazy like us, who don't have children in adventurers, but when it's things for adventurers, we still go for adventurers. Who've got children that are soon leaving Pathfinders, but we will still continue to work within this ministry because it's something that is in my heart. So when you have children, you have to sacrifice. So it's a choice that you'll have to make. All right, you're welcome. Okay, I've got a dad who wants to give a comment. Oh, lovely.
This so-called issue is quite interesting. I think we all have to know that we reap what we sow.
Amen.
You stay on the cell phone, you are in matric, you stay in the cell phone, you are in grade 0, you write the cell phone story.
Amen.
You are a big man, you stay on the cell phone, others are going to look for money, you are on your cell phone, you stay there, you reap what you sow. You are a child, you are a little girl, you are 10, you stay on the cell phone, others are learning how to wash the dishes in the house, you stay on the cell phone, you become a big lady, you are staying by yourself, you cannot even wash dishes, you cannot even do your clothes. So stay on the cell phone. If you wanna be useless, you wanna grow to be a cabbage, stay on the cell phone.
Amen.
Right? So this cell phone thing, stay there.
Thank you.
You will grow to be as old.
Can we be quiet, please?
You will grow to be as old as you are. And there is no way out of it. So prepare the woman, the man you want to be now. Engage on useful things. That's why she had to stretch out, try to find ways to teach you, even in the best of ways she could do. So this is all to teach you to be useful people, useful leaders. Thank you.
Because your parents are able to buy it for you. If you don't study and make yourself useful, you are not going to be able to buy that cell phone for yourself. The last time you will get into a car and drive around is from your parents' hard work, not from your cell phone. The last time you will unbox a cell phone is from your parents, but not from you. So use your cell phone, but use it wisely, right? So my final thoughts are that we should respect others, we should report anything unsafe, we should use our phone wisely, and you should treat everyone like a child of God, because all of you are very precious to God. He loves you, and the church loves you as well. And safety is not just a rule, it's a reflection of the love that God has for you. My final words: respect others, speak kindly, use your cell phone wisely. If unsure, tell a trusted adult, and try and be like Jesus every day. Let us pray. Our kind and loving Father, we thank you so much for this conversation that we've had with the children, with the parents, dear Lord.
I thank you, dear Lord, for allowing me and using me, dear God, to open up these topics to the children. I pray, dear Lord, that none of the children under the command of my word will ever find themselves in situations that will make them uncomfortable, that they become the statistics of this country. I pray that none of these children, dear Lord, are going to be addicted to their cell phones and the things that happen on their cell phones. I pray that today they can make a new pledge and a new renewed stance on the way that they handle their cell phones, dear Lord. And I pray that these conversations can go and continue in their homes, dear Lord, and the children can find a safe space to chat with their parents and see how they can find a common ground. And I also pray for listening parents that are present as well, that are able to understand and listen to the side of their children lovingly and show them the right way lovingly. If all else fails, dear Lord, may we still meet you when you come down. In your mighty name I pray, amen. Amen.
Will bring us together, my Lord. Participation will bring us together, my Lord. Azumba Baba, Azumba Baba, what is love? Without Jesus, go tell your friends about Jesus. Yebo, Azumba Baba, Azumba Baba, what is love? Without Jesus, go tell your friends about Jesus. Azumba Baba, Azumba Baba.